Hey guys, it's your boy 12-inch PV Penis. We're here discussing Pantheon runes and what you should take. You got 4 different roles for Pantheon. Realistically, you only got 3 different pages that you take on all 4 roles. So if you are playing support Pantheon, you're taking the Aftershock page 100%. 80 on this side. Aftershock's pretty strong. 70 MR, 70 armor. It's probably needs a nerf, honestly, and when it eventually does get nerfed, I'll probably update this. But as for right now, 70 armor, 70 MR, and damage that scales off your AD is absolutely nuts. Start W, you can invade well, you can trade well. It's an easy way for Pantheon to be proactive in lane without losing too much HP. Bone plating, you can actually just take 60 less damage with this on a 45-second cooldown, which is really nice. Chrysalis, really strong. 9 AD at 4 takedowns. 4 takedowns isn't much, guys. I mean, just fight a little bit and you'll get a longsword for it. And even if you never get your longsword, 60 extra health is like double veteran scars, so it's good value. And if it's a lane where you're gonna get shit on, like let's say it's like Cape Morgue, or you'll never get the opportunity to do anything, just take second wind. You know, I mean, it's gonna hurt a little to take second win, but second win coupled with revitalize is really strong. So second wind isn't a bad option. I just prefer Chrysalis because most lanes aren't ridiculous. I mean, there's nothing else here for you to take. So take revitalize. It's good for your Targons. Gives you heals, your support heals, or your ADC heals, your support. You're basically the AD. But you'll give them a little something extra. It'll be nice considering you don't have any heals in your kit. You're basically just helping them out. Over here, we're just taking raw AD, gathering storm, absolute focus. Most AD we can get out of this tree simply because we need AD. Pantheon mid. We're gonna be looking at Electrocute as a keystone. We don't like Airy and we don't like Comet, simply because they're not bursty enough. They're good for laning, but we like laning, but Pantheon is not as much of a strong laner anymore as he is a strong roamer. So if you're playing Pantheon mid, you're gonna go sudden impact for lethality. Cheap shot is just not enough true damage to be worth not taking the lethality. Eyeball collection is like 20 AD for fucking nothing. Relentless Hunter, permanent out of combat movement speed is awesome. Base of 8 just lets you move around faster. You max out at 48 movement speed, which is a ton of value. And then you go to sorcery, and you get all this extra AD. Potentially you could take Scorch instead, but an extra 20 damage is not worth sacrificing all the AD you can get from Gathering Storm. This will keep you relevant in a late game scenario. Scorch will not. You should also be taking this page for Pantheon top, simply because top is not that different from mid. Electrocute just proc it on cooldown, and it's a good substitute. For top lane, you guys may be thinking Conquer. It's the new rune that's out. It's not going to be new by the time most of you watch this, I assume. But this is the experimental rune page. If you're not into Cho'Gath or Maokai or some super tank, this is garbage. Early game, it's okay. Mid game, you're barely going to use it. And late game, this is basically not even a keystone. The fact that it takes 4 seconds for you to be in combat, considering you're an assassin that is supposed to burst and get out, or burst and die, you're never going to last 4 seconds in combat. On top of it being 4 seconds in combat, you have to auto to proc it. It doesn't take just one of your abilities. So you're gonna have to lose a keystone later on. So I mean, unless your early game is busting the roof, no electrocute coupled along the Duskblade nerf, so you're not gonna have Duskblade or electrocute. It's just gonna be too much of a swing on your damage. But if you do choose to take this tree, it would not be for Conquer, it would be for this rune right here, Presence of Mind. It gives you a ton of mana in lane, and basically takes care of all your mana problems. So I really like Presence of Mind. Don't like Conquer. If I could put this in the fucking Domination tree or the Sorcery tree, I'd sacrifice a lot of AD for this rune. But sadly, I can't. Pantheon Jungle. I personally like Pantheon Jungle. I think his clear is okay. I think it's hard to invade him. I think his ganks are great. That being said, Pantheon Jungle is when you're deep into the OTP hole. You've got about 200 games on him, and you're really not shit with any other champion. So you better be running Pantheon Jungle. Or dodge. Dodging is not a bad move. So Celerity Water Walking should be taken on like every jungler ever. It's just super strong. You know, if you're in River, you get a bunch of AD, you get a bunch of movement speed. If you're in River with your movement speed, then it couples with Celerity, and it's just a lot of value. So, you know, fight their jungle over Scuttle and River at level 3. You'll probably win. You'll pick up their double buffs, and these are worth it. Predator, again, couples with Celerity. Makes your ganks great, makes you proactive before level 6. Get around faster. Maybe if you need to escape, you can escape faster. Sudden impact lethality is great, even though you build no lethality or tops Yumu's in the Pantheon Jungle build. Eyeball collection, of course, free AD, Relentless Hunter, alongside like a Yumu's or like Moby Boots, will just let you be everywhere at once. This used to be an okay page. Just Unsealed Spellbook has been nerfed. If it ever gets buffed again, we might be able to look at this, but considering they're not looking at buffing it again, I don't think it's ever going to come back. So those are all the runes. Run of the mill, mid top, you should take these. If you're support, you should take these. If you're jungle, you should take these. And that's Pantheon runes in a nutshell.